You're sitting at home, maybe watching TV or reading, and out of nowhere, you feel a crushing tightness in your chest. Your arm starts to ache. You feel dizzy, short of breath, maybe even nauseous. You're alone. No one's coming in the door. No one's picking up the phone. What would you do? It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? But here's the truth. Being prepared can mean the difference between life and death. Today, we're talking about something most people never plan for but absolutely should, especially after 60. Heart attacks are sneaky, and when you're alone, even a few seconds can matter. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 powerful, life-saving tips that every senior needs to know to survive a heart attack alone. These tips aren't fluff, they're real, practical actions that could save your life when it matters most. So lean in, listen closely, and take these to heart. Literally. We'll talk about recognizing the earliest signs, the single most important thing to do within the first 60 seconds, how to stay conscious long enough for help to arrive, how to use your breath to keep your heart stable, why aspirin could be your best friend, what common mistakes you absolutely must avoid, and a strange but life-saving technique you can use with your own body to buy precious time. If you find this video valuable, please take a second to like and subscribe. Your support truly helps us keep making content that could save lives and support people like you. Watching this video could give you the confidence and knowledge to survive a heart attack even when no one's around. It's not about living in fear, it's about living smart and strong. So let's get into it, starting right at the heart of the matter. The first thing we need to talk about is recognizing the symptoms because that's where most people lose precious minutes. A heart attack isn't always a dramatic movie scene where someone clutches their chest and falls over. Sometimes, it's a subtle discomfort that creeps in, a burning sensation that feels like indigestion, or a fatigue that feels unnatural. For older adults, especially women, it might be pain in the jaw, neck, or back. It might just feel like your arms are heavy or you can't catch your breath. These are not symptoms to ignore or sleep off. If something feels wrong and it's not going away in a few minutes, trust your instinct. Your body is trying to tell you something, and you must listen before it's too late. Recognizing a heart attack early is the first win. The earlier you identify it, the better your odds of survival. Now let's talk about the first 60 seconds after you suspect you're having a heart attack. What you do in this moment matters more than anything. The number one thing is, don't panic. I know that's easy to say when you're not in pain and struggling to breathe, but panic triggers adrenaline, which can make your heart race faster and put even more strain on it. Sit down immediately. Get off your feet. You don't want to be standing or walking around when your heart is in distress. Gravity can help you if you're seated or lying down. You want to reduce the demand on your heart as much as possible. If you're alone, call emergency services before doing anything else. Even if you think it might be indigestion, call. It's better to have help on the way and be wrong than to wait too long and run out of time. Next comes something incredibly important, taking aspirin. If you have access to uncoated aspirin, chew it. Don't swallow it whole. Chewing it gets it into your bloodstream faster. Aspirin thins your blood and helps prevent the clot from growing, giving you a better chance of surviving until help arrives. Keep aspirin somewhere easy to reach, in your kitchen, in your bedside drawer, even in your pocket if you live alone. Make sure you talk to your doctor about this ahead of time, so you're prepared and safe to use it. This tiny pill has saved countless lives when taken during the early stages of a heart attack. While you're waiting for help, your goal is to stay conscious and keep your heart as stable as possible. One technique you can use is a form of controlled breathing. Slow, steady, deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 2, and out through your mouth for 6. This type of breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which can help calm your heart rate and reduce panic. It also keeps your oxygen levels more balanced. Focus on the rhythm, not the fear. You're not trying to meditate, you're trying to keep your body stable. This buys you time, precious time. Here's something a lot of people don't know: coughing can help. It's not a cure, and you shouldn't rely on it as your only response, but in certain situations, especially if you feel faint or like your heart is skipping beats, coughing forcefully every couple of seconds can help keep blood flowing through your body. It's a technique sometimes used in hospitals under supervision called cough CPR, and while it's not officially recommended for everyone, some doctors suggest it can be used as a last resort if you're alone and trying to stay conscious while waiting for help. The idea is that coughing builds pressure in the chest, helping the heart to keep pushing blood. But again, use this only if you feel faint and have no other options. Controlled breathing is your safer first line of defense. Now let's talk about something even more important: preparation. You don't want to be figuring this out when it's happening. Practice the steps. Make it second nature. Write down emergency numbers and place them in big font near your phone. Keep your medications organized and easy to find. Let a neighbor or nearby friend know to check in on you daily if you live alone. Some people even set up smart speakers or emergency alert buttons to call for help. Technology can be a literal lifesaver for seniors living alone. There are medical alert devices you wear as a pendant or bracelet that can instantly connect you to emergency services with the push of a button. Think of it as investing in your independence and peace of mind. Another powerful thing you can do is train yourself mentally. Visualize what you'd do if a heart attack hit you right now. Think through each step: sit down, call for help, take aspirin, breathe slowly, stay calm. Make it a mental routine. Because when fear takes over, the brain stops thinking clearly. But if you've walked through this in your head before, you give yourself a better chance of acting quickly and effectively. Just like fire drills or seatbelts, this is about preparation and instinct. Avoiding common mistakes is also critical. One of the biggest errors people make is trying to wait it out. They tell themselves it's probably just heartburn or anxiety. They don't want to bother anyone. But heart attacks don't care about convenience. They don't wait for a better time. Don't delay. Every minute you wait is heart muscle dying. Another mistake is overexerting yourself during the episode, trying to grab something from another room, climbing stairs, even getting dressed. Sit down and stay put. Let help come to you. What you eat, how you live, and how well you manage your stress all play into whether or not a heart attack happens in the first place. So if you're watching this and you haven't had one, use this information as a wake-up call. Keep your blood pressure in check. Get regular checkups. Eat foods that protect your heart like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fish. And stay active, even if it's just walking every day. Prevention is power. But even if something does go wrong, you now know how to handle it. And here's the thing I want you to remember most: your life is worth fighting for. Even when you're alone. Especially then. You are not powerless. You are not helpless. You have the tools, the awareness, and the ability to survive something most people fear. It starts with knowledge, then preparation, then action, and all of that you've just learned. So be proud of yourself for being here and taking this seriously. Share this video with someone else who lives alone or who might not know what to do. You could save their life too. You're stronger than you think. And now, you're more prepared than ever. Stay safe, stay aware, and keep living your life with the strength and wisdom that comes from experience. You've got this. You know, one of the most overlooked things when it comes to surviving a heart attack alone is how your mindset can actually work for or against you. When you're over 60, you've seen a lot, lived through a lot, but that doesn't mean your body reacts the same way it used to in emergencies. The older we get, the more important it becomes to stay mentally sharp and emotionally steady under pressure. Because during a heart attack, your brain can spiral into panic mode, and it's in that moment that calm thinking saves lives. You don't need to be a medical expert. You just need to remember a handful of steps and believe that you can make it through. One small choice, like picking up the phone instead of sitting in denial, can make the difference between surviving and not. And part of that mental preparation means letting go of the idea that you're being a burden by asking for help. Seniors, especially those who are independent, often hesitate to call emergency services because they don't want to cause a fuss. But that hesitation is dangerous. No one at the hospital is going to judge you for coming in when it turns out to be heartburn. They'd much rather see you safe than sorry. And if it is a heart attack, early arrival means more options, more treatments, and a far better chance of walking back out. Another thing that's critical and often neglected is hydration. You might not think about it when talking about heart attacks, but staying hydrated plays a major role in how well your cardiovascular system functions. Dehydration can thicken your blood, increase your heart rate, and put additional stress on your heart. Seniors often feel less thirsty, which leads to drinking less water throughout the day, and that can add up, especially in warm climates or during physical activity. Making it a habit to drink enough water, just a few sips every hour, can help your body stay balanced and ready to respond in emergencies. It's a simple thing that strengthens your system every single day. Let's also talk about sleep, because your heart does a lot of repair work while you rest. Poor sleep increases inflammation, raises blood pressure, and weakens your overall cardiovascular health. If you're consistently getting less than 6 hours of sleep, your risk of a heart attack rises sharply. Now, many older adults struggle with sleep, waking up in the middle of the night, battling insomnia, or dealing with side effects from medications. But working on your sleep hygiene, creating a calm bedtime routine, dimming the lights before bed, and keeping devices out of the bedroom can help reset your natural rhythm. Good sleep is not just a comfort, it's protective. If your heart is well rested, it has a stronger foundation to fight back when things go wrong. Let me tell you something else that people rarely discuss: your emotional state. Emotional stress can be just as dangerous as physical stress. If you're dealing with long-term loneliness, unresolved grief, or anxiety, that constant strain wears down your heart. It releases stress hormones that push your blood pressure up, harden your arteries over time, and make it harder for your heart to stay calm under pressure. That's why talking to someone, whether it's a friend, a support group, or a professional, can be just as life-saving as medicine. Don't underestimate the power of human connection. If you're alone a lot, make a habit of calling someone every day. Even a 5-minute chat can lift your spirits and reduce that inner tension your heart might be silently carrying. One surprising factor that influences heart attack survival is your posture at the time symptoms begin. If you're standing or walking, the strain on your cardiovascular system is greater. So the moment you feel symptoms coming on, sit down with your back supported, legs relaxed, and arms by your side. If you can, recline slightly without lying flat. This position helps reduce the heart's workload and stabilizes your circulation. It's such a small adjustment, but it helps immensely. People who lie flat or slump forward may experience more dizziness or even pass out because blood flow to the brain is disrupted. So practice this position and teach your body that it's your go-to response the second something feels off. Let's not forget about breathing environments. If you're in a stuffy room or a place with poor air circulation, your body is working harder just to get oxygen. Open a window, turn on a fan, or move to an area where the air feels cleaner and cooler. Your heart and lungs work together, so when one is in distress, the other needs all the support it can get. The air you breathe in those first moments can help your brain stay alert, your body stay calm, and your survival odds climb. Don't stay stuck in a closed-off space. Move slowly but intentionally to fresh air if possible. People also forget how useful small routines can be for long-term survival. For example, if you live alone, always keep your phone charged and within arm's reach, especially when you sleep. Avoid putting it across the room or in another part of the house. Better yet, set up emergency shortcuts. Some smartphones let you press a button 3 times to send an SOS text or call emergency contacts. Take 5 minutes today to set that up. It could cut your response time dramatically. If your phone is older, consider getting a simple medical alert device that stays on your body. In an emergency, the fewer steps you have to take, the better. And that includes memory too. Tape a card with emergency steps next to your bedside or fridge. Simple bullet points. Because even the calmest mind can go blank and panic. There's also this powerful truth about nutrition that gets overlooked in these conversations. Your diet is either healing your body or hurting it. The good news is, you don't have to go extreme. Even adding just one heart-healthy food a day, like a handful of walnuts, a serving of oatmeal, or a few slices of avocado, can make a long-term difference. These foods help reduce bad cholesterol and protect your arteries. Over time, they make your heart stronger and more resilient. So when a crisis does hit, your body is more likely to bounce back. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. And now let's bring up a deeply personal but crucial topic: regret. Many seniors who survive a heart attack talk about how much they wish they had prepared just a little more. They regret not listening to their bodies sooner. They regret not keeping aspirin nearby or not telling a friend about their condition. Don't let that be you. You have the chance right now to do something future you will thank you for. Preparation is not fear, it's self-respect. It says, I value my life enough to plan ahead. I care about being here for the people who love me, and I choose to be ready. Another thing that often saves lives is awareness of your specific risk factors. Not every senior has the same heart attack profile. Some have silent heart attacks with no chest pain at all. Some have more breathing difficulty or jaw pain. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor about your personal risks. Ask them what a heart attack might look like for you. That conversation, even if it's 5 minutes long, can prepare you far better than a generic list of symptoms. Personalized knowledge is powerful, and it's never too late to ask. Lastly, I want you to think about this. Your survival is not just about staying alive. It's about living well. It's about waking up every morning feeling strong, confident, and connected. It's about knowing that even if something scary happens, you have a plan, a toolkit, and the courage to face it. That's not just survival. That's strength. That's dignity. And it belongs to you. The steps we've talked about aren't complicated, but they work. They give you control when everything else feels out of your hands. And that kind of knowledge, that kind of readiness, is the most powerful thing you can carry every day, no matter how old you are. There's something incredibly empowering about having a plan, especially when your body might be facing its biggest test. Imagine waking up one morning and knowing exactly where your aspirin is, having your phone within reach, and feeling mentally trained for those first moments of danger. That kind of readiness removes fear and replaces it with calm confidence. One important trick people often miss is pre-planning emergency scripts. Literally writing out a sentence like, "I'm having chest pain. I think it's a heart attack. Please send help," and keeping it in your phone notes or taped to the wall near your landline. That way, if panic hits and words are hard to find, you're not wasting time trying to explain. You just read or send the script. It may sound simple, but in high-stress moments, even remembering how to describe your condition clearly can be hard. That one sentence can shave off precious time and make sure you get the help you need fast. Another overlooked aspect is your medication routine. As you get older, managing multiple prescriptions becomes part of daily life, but skipping or mismanaging meds like those for blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol can silently raise your heart attack risk without you realizing. It's not just about taking your pills, it's about understanding what each one does and why it matters. Talk to your pharmacist, write down your medication schedule, use pill organizers, and set phone reminders. Consistency isn't just a good habit, it's your daily defense against the unexpected. And if your meds are causing side effects that tempt you to skip them, don't suffer in silence. Talk to your doctor about alternatives. Adjustments are always possible, and staying on top of your health gives you the best fighting chance if something ever goes wrong. You should also think about your body's warning whispers, not just the loud signals. Feeling a little more tired than usual, getting winded on stairs that never used to bother you, or waking up at night with odd pressure in your chest, these are messages you must not ignore. After 60, your heart often communicates in whispers before it screams. Don't brush those whispers off. Keep a health journal if you need to. Track changes. Write down what feels different or off. When you walk into a doctor's office with that kind of detail, you're giving them a clear map to find what's wrong and fix it before it becomes deadly. You become your own best advocate, and let's not forget the role movement plays. You don't have to go to a gym or run marathons to help your heart. Even gentle stretching, walking indoors, or light resistance exercises done from a chair can dramatically improve your circulation and cardiovascular strength. When your heart is strong, it has a greater reserve in emergencies. It pumps better, recovers faster, and is less likely to go into complete shutdown during stress. Make movement part of your morning ritual. 5 minutes is better than 0. The key is daily consistency, not intensity. And the beautiful part is that physical activity also lowers stress, improves sleep, boosts mood, and sharpens memory. All of which circle back and protect your heart. There's also something powerful about surrounding yourself with visual reminders of your plan. Post sticky notes with calming affirmations like "breathe slowly" or "you've got this" in key spots, your mirror, fridge, or nightstand. Keep emergency instructions somewhere you can see them daily. This repetition trains your brain. It makes your plan part of your muscle memory. When you don't have to think, you just do, and in a heart attack, that can save your life. And for those who feel awkward or embarrassed about having these things visible when others visit, remind yourself that courage looks different after 60. Preparedness isn't weakness. It's wisdom in action. Now, one topic we need to gently but firmly address is denial. Denial is the quiet killer. It whispers, "You're probably fine." It convinces you to go lie down instead of call for help. It pretends you're too tough to be in real danger. Don't let pride or fear trick you into delay. You're not weak for taking action, you're smart. You're protecting everything you've built in life. Every second you save in the early stages of a heart attack increases your chance of surviving without long-term damage. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. Act fast. Confirm later. That's the rule. Another helpful trick is having an emergency contact printed and placed in your wallet or on your fridge. Include your name, medications, allergies, and a brief health history. Emergency responders look for these details. If you're unable to speak, that card could speak for you. It could guide medics toward the right treatment faster, avoiding allergic reactions or medication errors. It's an act of love toward your future self. Take 10 minutes to create one. Update it every few months. Tell your loved ones where it is. And now let's touch on the importance of knowing your numbers. Not just your age or your weight, but your blood pressure, cholesterol levels, blood sugar, and heart rate. These numbers are your warning system. They tell you when your heart is struggling long before symptoms appear. If you don't know your numbers, it's time to find out. Get a basic health checkup and ask your doctor to explain what's high, what's low, and what steps you can take. When you know your body's baseline, you're better equipped to notice changes that matter. Knowledge isn't just power, it's survival. One of the strongest pieces of advice I can give is to build small rituals around your heart health. Just like brushing your teeth, make heart-protecting steps part of your daily flow. Wake up, check your meds, stretch your legs, drink a glass of water, review your emergency plan. Keep it simple and steady. These rituals don't take much time, but they make a huge impact over months and years. You're training your heart to stay ready. You're building a lifestyle that supports quick recovery and long-term strength. Let's also bring light to the role of faith, mindset, and hope. When you've been through tough times, your spirit develops resilience. That matters more than people realize. A hopeful, grounded mindset during a heart attack, when you believe that you can survive, that you deserve to live, and that you're ready, can influence your body's stress response. It slows panic. It strengthens your resolve. Hope is medicine, and belief is fuel. Speak to yourself with encouragement, even if your hands are shaking. Remind yourself of every challenge you've overcome. This is one more moment, and you are not alone in it. Finally, remember this simple truth. Every moment you spend preparing, learning, and practicing is a deposit in your safety account. You may never need to withdraw it, but if you do, you'll be ready. You'll respond with clarity, not confusion. With action, not fear. You've made it this far in life with wisdom earned through experience. Let that wisdom guide you now. You're not waiting to be rescued. You're learning how to rescue yourself. And in that, you become not just a survivor, but a warrior, quietly powerful, prepared, and full of life.